Hello. Hey there. It's GleeCon and I'm back again, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thanks for clicking. Thanks for tuning in. On the last episode of this mega journey, we are we're tromping through the swamps as we continue our complete every nook and cranny walkthrough of World of Warcraft Classic, of every piece of World of Warcraft content. And we've been walking around. We've been killing gnolls. We've been digging through oozes. We've been killing some Dragon Maw clan orcs, and even killed a couple ghosts. So we're going to kind of wrap up. We're going to do a final sweep. We may finish the zone today. It may take us a little bit more. I'm now noticing that my character is wearing a necklace, and I don't know, is that part of my gear? I think it's not. I wonder if she had that as part of her, like, skin, and I just never noticed that that was part of her model because I didn't have such a low-cut top before. Also, if you notice, we're gaining and gaining. We are 2 levels ahead of our Horde characters. No end in sight. Well, okay, no end in sight is hyperbole. Stay a while and listen. That Lua error. I'll get in there and fix it eventually, but like I mentioned before, the drive to fix it's low when there's such little things going on. Alright, so I have a bunch of quests. It says 10. They're almost all stuff to turn in. So we're going to keep the walk now. The Green Warden's done. What I think we're going to do is hit up the... Let's go deal with the excavation. Because that's my number one worry. If it was just wrapping up these chains here, I'd be like, yeah, we're for sure finishing this zone. But I think it's a good... it'll kind of give us a good sense of where we're at with how long it takes us to run the excavation team levels. But there's a large chance, if we do have to spill this over into one more episode, I assume... these also appear, I forgot. Those take a little bit of time. McCreel's Moonshine and Sully Baloo's Letter truly do take a long time. We want to get Sully Baloo's Letter before we pick up McCreel's Moonshine, because then McCreel's Moonshine puts us on a timer that will take us up and into South Shore. Luckily, we've already made that run, so we can just sort of kind of fly there. Those are fun quests, though. Both are fun, both neat, both kind of niche. So they're definitely worth doing and kind of looking into. Neither are hard. Getting them is the hard part. But this chain right here. Now, the Thandal Span part, that's a little bit less hard. That will open us up some. But the Fall of Dune Motor, which is the chain, and then a Grim Task, Dark Iron War. There might be another piece with it. I'm trying to find where... last time we killed Nek'rosh, who is Necro, whatever the dude's name is. Son? I don't remember their name. Nek'rosh is the guy we killed, but I can't remember. Actually, we probably can... No, we can't. If it's very close to that, though. It's Neck something. From the book that we read from Warcraft 2 and beyond, in the books surrounding that. That's literally what I just did on... I had done those a couple days ago. I did the Horde versions of those very recently. Yesterday, I basically wrapped it. I just have to do... I still have a few more to finish off the Trollcalar quest line, and a few pieces to finish off. Actually, the ramp is up there. To finish off the Mirzrael, which is a level 50 elite quest, and my character is maybe level 45. 44, but I think I'm about to ding 45. I'll get to 45 before I get there. So this is a archaeological dig site that the Explorers League has gone to, I believe. And it is also infested with raptors. So they're curious as to, look, and there's big dino bones everywhere. So this is a pretty cool literal archaeological site. And for whatever reason, the dwarves haven't been heard from for a little while, so we're going to go check it out, the excavation team. So first, let's pick up Ormer Ironbraid's quest, Ormer's Revenge.
The situation is severe, that much is for sure. When we uncovered these bones, it attracted the raptors. These filthy beasts killed my brethren and trapped me. Merrin and the poor prospector up here helped clear the wetlands of these raptors, adventurer. Mottled raptors and mottled screechers are just west of the bluff there. Kill 10 of each if you can. That will be a good start to the vengeance I have planned for them. Okay,
so Ormer's Revenge is where we're going to start the spreadsheet today. So, uppity boop, there we go. So Ormer's Revenge, he has 3 steps to his revenge program. I have a 3-step program. Step 1, kill screechers and raptors. So that's what we're going to help him with. Probably we'll go run and do that before we do any of these others. There is another quest here, even though for whatever reason the question mark's not appearing on my map, but we'll turn in this one first.
Oh, thank the heavens you are here. It was horrible. We were uncovering some rare artifacts and we began to discover these large bones. Before we knew what was happening, these mottled raptors overwhelmed the dig site. Many lives were lost. Ormer here, so brave, saved the prospector and me. He defended us as we ran for shelter. Now we are trapped, and our hard work lies in ruin. Here, take this note back to my sweet Terrell. It will explain the situation to you.
Okay, so she gives us a letter. We'll read it momentarily. We did finish that quest, and it's just there and back. So we can click that one off, and that's all. We're just going there and back. And the whole point of that quest was to just get you there, and introduce us to these other couple quests.
The invasion, I uncovered a large tablet called the Goaz Stone. The translated text breaks off in 4 places. The text speaks of a divine plan and a doomed prophecy. I fear we are running out of time. I'm too old to go down and brave those beasts. But you are strong. Scour the excavation site and uncover the 4 missing tablet fragments. Eidos, Moda, Golm, and Neru. Search for them in ancient artifacts or where the soil is loose. Bring them to me so I can begin unlocking the mystery.
Okay, now that one is a higher level if you notice, and that's because it has us exploring this area with the other raptors, the green raptors. We're actually going to do that in a moment. I should probably put that down too. That's called Uncovering the Past. Just pick that one up. I feel like it's probably a little bit lower. No? Where is it? There it is. Okay. I guess it's not because they're not technically lower because we have so many higher level quests to wrap up the zone. That's why Wetlands is kind of a unique zone. Obviously, really good leveling for lower level characters, super easy. Nothing has challenged us at all. Even fighting Nek'rosh at our level was laughable at best. But now as we come out here, there's... Oh, I could have killed that model raptor that I ran by. Oh well. We're gonna kill him now. We're gonna come out and kill these guys. I'm actually, even though it sends us out here a little bit, we're not gonna do all that stuff yet. We're gonna stay where we're at because the second phase of his revenge has us killing the Scythe Claws here, and we can do that while we get the other piece of archaeology. And the third part has us killing the leader of the raptors, and it's kind of an end to the chain. So we can. This is all sort of a self-contained. There's not a lot of back and forth, but we do need to go around the perimeter if we want to get these raptors. And then that's the speed at which we can kill these raptors and find these pieces of archaeology. This is probably the last thing that takes a decent amount of time. The strongbox thing will not take us that long. And the crocs is actually, that's an easy one. Those crocs right there, that's 100% drop rate. So we do have to kind of run around and do some of the other things where we go over to the other continent and stuff like that, but not as worried about that right now. So here are the screechers. We have to kill 10 of each raptors and screechers. The screechers are, I'm sure by now you've seen, we've killed tons of things like this. You're familiar with it. But they have the trait where when they get low on life, they will call for help. There you can see it. mottled creature lets out a high-pitched screech calling for help. So if there are any other raptors beyond the sort of chain aggro, so it's tied to your level, but it's also tied to the overall, every mob gets a sort of an invisible radius around them. Someone's been out here doing this quest. This human mage. Shadist. Hi, Shadist. I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of... I'll let you have your spot there. I'm going to go out here a little bit. We do need copper, actually, so... I can go up there for that copper. I can go up there for this Screecher, too. Should I kill his Screecher? Why not? But... that range, so let's say I see a guy and I walk up on him. Alright, well first I'm tapping into the aggro radius of the mob. So maybe I'm not within the aggro radius because my level's so high or just in general. Then there's typically a chained aggro radius. So I might be out of this mob's aggro radius, but if I attack a friend, that friend might be within that thing's kind of chained radius. And just because now that he's being attacked, it'll pull him. And again, you guys all know this, I'm sure. Anybody that's playing for a while, but maybe you haven't thought about it as a breakdown before. Or maybe you just kind of play the game and you don't think about it. So there's all kinds of levels of player. So you have to be careful because by attacking a mob, you are going to trigger that. So let's say I attack that one. As you can see, like that one, I mean, I can try to... I'm so high level, these guys, I can't really do a good example of it. But then beyond that, the Screechers will kind of basically increase that radius, and they will, in a sort of friendly taunt, they'll pull. Let's see who he can pull with his yell. See, he pulled all of those. That one was way over there. So, 100% worth thinking about. Oops, I didn't want to loot that. So just something, and look, now that one called this one for help. So I'm actually going to pop this 5 minutes. Oh, they have a shared cooldown. So if they have a shared cooldown, I'm trying to think, why would I... 10 seconds. I did not realize that they have a shared cooldown. What I'm trying to debate now is, should they both set forbearance? Since they have a shared cooldown, I always have to use one over the other. But you know what? Why would I ever use this because that's a self only. This is a self only. Yeah, the only thing different would be the mana cost, but I think I need to get rid of that off my menu. Now that I'm looking and seeing they have a shared cooldown, there's never really a situation when I'm going to want the other. Alright, so that Screecher came. I still need 4 mottled raptors on my own. But as you saw that last one, we pulled so many. I mean, whatever. I'm going to go for the Screechers first, because I need 10 of them. If that mage doesn't come, this will be the end of my 4. They might pull each other, they might not. This is obviously the easier part. If they're all just kill count things, we'll be fine. See, he pulled them all. That is quite a kill radius on that. Like, those were really far. So, just something to think about. Okay, we're down to 2. So what I want to do is wait now. Boom, we're going to stun that guy. both for defenses and offensive purposes. I wanted to stun that one. So, oh, he pulled that one from way over there. Oops. Just as it padded just a little bit closer, because they each individually will set that screech off. Luckily, we are high enough level that this is not really a concern. Otherwise, we would have to be smart. We would have to maybe kite a little bit so that we're pulling them further and further away from their potential screech zones, and you would have to think about all that. But that was good that we got to see the effects of the screech. Now, these model ones are like the youngest generic baby ones. So I'm not really worried about that. Scouting bracers, yeah, that's going to be leather. Okay, cool. So we got that original copper, but remember, copper is what we're behind. So I actually kind of want to get this copper too. We are behind on our copper ore, and we have all this silver now. Look at him just running. Now we're still so high level, we essentially have to initiate combat or walk right over these guys ourselves. All right, where are we at with iron? We're good on. I have 5 tin there. That's it. Plus I have 13 more tin. So I have a total of 18 tin, no copper. So I now have 5 copper. We need, so the more copper we get, the better. Every 4 pieces of copper, we can turn with our tin into 8 bronze, so that will give us a point. And tie up a silver. So we only have, as of right now, we just have 1. And we will blow past that eventually. Maybe even on the next 1 point we have, when we get to 165, that might start getting us more into iron. But I think it's going to be smart for us to keep picking up copper and tin, because there's just the zones. Finding zones where we get more and more iron are like, we can maybe get 1 or here or there. There is there as prevalent as a silver or gold. Silver really. When we start hitting 1,000 needles, which is 2 zones from now, Hills Bradfoot Hills is next, and again, that's kind of a buffer zone. It's technically not that far past this wetlands, but it really is. It's a lot harder, especially for Alliance. All of the quests are in the mid-30s, so we're going to jump up a huge spike in difficulty. Low to mid-30s for all the quests in the area. We will be 35, which is good. But I just realized I have like some shampoo I didn't fully get out of my hair on the top of my head. I'm using this new shampoo. Sure you guys really want to hear about it? No, I mean, you would think it's silly. It's not like I am really having to worry about split ends or anything. But there is this like foot cream, hand lotion, whatever that I use, because I'm old. So if I don't take proper care of my feet, then I will start to get calluses. If I really want to make myself feel old, you can call them bunions or corns. I'll get them because I do a lot of walking. So I have to have an intensive foot care regimen.
Killing is a dirty business, but you did your job well, adventurer. If I weren't obligated to stay with the Prospector and Merrin, I'd be down there shedding blood right alongside you. Now it's time to really make those dreaded raptors regret their bloodthirst. Just down below, there are scores of mottled scythe claws and mottled razor maws. Make those rotten creatures pay by slaying 10 of each.
Alright, so now we're going to move on to additional raptor killing. This is another 10 each, so altogether, we're looking at how much time is it taking us to really kill the 40 raptors he wants us to kill. So far, not too shabby. Yeah, so I'm not particularly super specific about what I do. I just basically have to use like a cheese grater on my feet all the time. While we're down here, we're also going to be looking for our artifacts. So we need these mottled scythe claws. Let's see what they do. Now they're going to start to be... No, they're not quite worth XP. So the artifacts, there's one over there. They are actually unique. There are 4 different types. They all look different. 2 of them share a model, but 3 out of the 4 are different. So here's one. It is... I don't know which one it is. It could be Molder, Golem, or Addos that spawns here. Questy can't tell. That was Golem. So Golem looks like a vase, but now it won't let you pick the same thing twice. Down here you can see another one. This could be a Molder or an Addos. So I guess those are the only 2 kinds that spawn here. There's the model Razor Maw. Okay, so easy peasy, but as you start needing specific ones, it starts to become... There you go. There's another type right there. That could only be Molder. So as you can tell, that last one, that Naru, we haven't seen a spawn point for that. So that must have its own unique spawn point. But this is a different type of vase. And maybe it only spawns in one spot. There's a tin vein over there too. Don't really know. But I can kind of look and see what these guys do. I think they have a bleed or something. These are the Razor Maws. And maybe the Scythe Claws have some sort of bleed. These guys are borderline. So this is another vase, but we can't pick it up now. So they will spawn. They are big and conspicuous like that. Some of these guys are worth XP. Some are not. But we're really looking for... just that final piece on top of it all. And like I said, I believe it shares a model. Now, it still shows that it can be blah, 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 all these places, but when you looked at the actual map, see, or when you actually hover over the items, they're not going to be. So I don't know, it seems like the Naru is a little bit better. Anyway, so I used I don't know how long ago, a year or so ago, I found this foot cream or whatever. It might just be general lotion, but it is called Pistache, and it is pistachio scented, and it just smells so good. I could eat it. I love pistachio, and so my wife, I guess they make a whole line of body care stuff, and my wife found a shampoo of them, and so she got it for me because I would just use whatever. With this little sprinkling of fuzz on my head, I don't care what kind of shampoo I use. So as long as it smells good, I mean, that would be nice, but other than a nice smell, it's whatever. So she got me, which is all good, but it is like for people that have hair. It's like oh, there, look. It appears as a pile of dirt. So strike what I said about... Oh, he resisted my thing. Strike what I said about a different model. Apparently it appears as a pile of dirt. So they each have their own model. Or maybe they can be different. Maybe it's unique. Maybe I just luckily got a unique model for all of them. Alright, so the final fragment is a Naru fragment here. Okay, we have all 4 fragments. And the tin vein is right there. We're going to go ahead and keep killing. So, I love my wife. She was thinking of me. She got me a very nice smelling shampoo. But it is like... my hair doesn't know what to do with it. I guess my 1/8-inch long fuzz is probably the softest of hair fuzz. But I guess I didn't. It's not. It's more tangible, I guess. It has a more viscosity to it than the cheap, you know, store brand shampoo I usually would stick in this head of mine. So I suppose I can't remember the last time that I have had like a little bit of shampoo left in my head. Like I literally, it's not. That's also not an exaggeration. I don't know when it has, because I just. And you might think to yourself, oh, do you need to wash your hair? I like to wash my hair. I mean, everyone needs to, but for me, I feel like it's more getting the oils out of my scalp. So are you glad that we spent this much time on shampoo? You know, I just want to keep it playing the bangers. I actually had, we're going to wrap this up soon, so I don't want to reveal my next talking point yet, but I have had I decided one of the ways that we can improve the show and to save me from going down these rabbit holes. Now, obviously, it's not impervious, because all it took was for me to feel a nugget of shampoo on my head, and then you lost me. I'm out of World of Warcraft, and I'm talking about inane crap. But, I've decided there are plenty of good Reddit message chat boards that pose really good questions or start good conversation topics. This is our last raptor that we need to kill. He just spawned in for our pleasure. And I've talked about a couple, like we did, like there was one where they had a discussion about what would be the best zone. So my goal is to, and it might take me a while to make this a habit, but to really get in, to look at one of those. So I always have one in my back pocket, so that rather than hearing me complain about life, which is boring and isolating, we can kind of talk about these. And you can reach out to me at GleeCon on Reddit. You can, GleeCon is my Discord handle. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. You can go onto my Patreon, patreon.com/GleeCon. Alright, here's Ormer's Revenge Part 2.
Bang-up job of clearing out those raptors, adventurer. While you were down there, I happened to notice that one of those beasts stood out from the rest. He was bigger and more menacing. I bet he's the one who led the others here to cause the disruption to the dig site. I ask of you now one final task, adventurer. See to it that Sarltooth is brought to justice. And considering the gravity of his crimes, justice in this case means death. Bring me one of his talons as proof of his death.
Alright, the gear is not good for us. Although, yeah, it's not really good, period. But the recipe for a curiously tasty omelet I will take. Alright, so I forgot to check off Orm's Excavate, or Orm's Revenge. We're going to need a few more here, too. And we just finished, boom. And now we're finishing up 2 and picking up 3. Boom, boom. And then we picked up Worm's Revenge 3. And we've got the turning in these artifacts in here too. I don't remember if that further tells us to go, hey guys, go over to...
Well met.
Have you uncovered the 4 fragments yet, Gleikantessa? Ados, Motor, Golm, and Narul.
Ah, the Goa Stone is complete. Fine work, adventurer, fine work indeed. Now I can continue with the delicate translation of this Titan script. I can make out new words already. It says here, old gods, chained beneath the land. This is the beginning of something epic.
So, no new... like chain comes out of that, but we keep getting these references, particularly when we deal with the excavations of the old gods. So that's explicitly talking about old gods are chained underneath the earth. So for a long time, really since Warcraft 3, the concept of the game having old gods. Now we have to go right there. So, ultimately, you need to come up from the bottom. Cool, bro. Ultimately, yeah, you need to come up from the bottom to do it, but, You could hop around, and that might be a pinch shorter. I don't know. We're not going to worry too hard. Yeah, I guess the only other reason why I could have kept the other one is because it was technically less on mana. So if I was ever in an emergency situation, it's less good, it lasts less long, you can't attack while it's going, but it is like 40 less mana. So I suppose you could... But I'm going to keep it off because I feel like it's not as good and I don't want it to distract me. It's kind of like the difference between like frost armor and ice armor as a mage, or demon skin versus demon armor, or whatever it's called as a warlock. Like, they'll do these things that are clear upgrades, but they technically have a different name. So Sarltooth is, there he is right there. We're going to just try to go to him. Out aggroing on these other guys. Look, you could get some of the artifacts up here if you want, so you could save that for the final step. If you're having a hard time, having some frustration. But Sarltooth is the leader of the raptors here. He is a little bigger, as you can see. He just gave us a disease, but yeah, not very hard otherwise. So that's the final. Now we can hop down. Work our way around, but that was it. That was the final excavation thing. So now we're done there. That didn't take us that long. I don't know why. I guess if you're lower level, maybe it takes a little bit longer to clear out those things. Who's this? That's that same paladin named Killen Horde. He is a level 32 compared to our 34, so he is also someone that is thorough in his questing. Alright, so as we go up here now, we're going to hit the reclaiming goods. We're gonna walk over, get that, and then work our way up. That will be sort of kind of the end of this loop, and then we'll come back down and we'll check out what we need to do. We might make our boat trip over. It's not the worst plan. While we're there, to make our boat trip over to Theramore to turn in the couple breadcrumbs we have there, but we will not be picking up any quests in that area. Look, he wants revenge against these raptors, but he's literally like petting one. Okay, Ormer, we did it.
Here there.
Is Sarltooth dead? Have you redeemed the memory of the fallen?
Thank you, adventurer. Your efforts here will not be forgotten. Many innocent dwarves died at this site, simply doing their jobs. The vengeance you delivered to those evil creatures should make them think twice before attacking King Magni's subjects ever again.
So he is not listed as part of the Explorers League, but the other two are. And now we can cook curiously tasty omelets. So we have 14 of those we can make when we get back to town. But first we're going to go up this way. So we are going to run out of... we could make a pit stop right here to sell. That's probably a good idea. Because otherwise we're going to be losing some things. Not a lot, but... we can read her letter. We can't read the tablet. Let's look at the letter. My dearest Terrell, excuse the haste with which this correspondence was written, but time is not a luxury we have. The dig crew was making significant progress unearthing important Titan artifacts, but we began to discover other ancient objects, specifically large bones. Not long after the bones were dug up, we fell victim to attack by raptors. The battalion of men from Longbraid's regiment fought valiantly, but ultimately they were overwhelmed. Nearly everyone perished. Only 3 of us survived. A laborer by the name of Ormer Ironbraid proved to be most heroic as he ensured the safety of myself and Prospector Welgar. We now take refuge in a sheltered cavern seemingly out of harm's way, but we are indeed trapped until a force can be sent to reckon with the raptors. Welgar is trying to continue work, but I suspect he's still quite frightened. That is our situation, Terrell. Please urge Longbraid to muster a rescue force at once. My love for you remains strong even through this dire time, Marin. Well, I'm glad you still love me. This is probably not my best idea to come all the way back here. Like, it would have been shorter to go to Menethil and sell. I changed my mind. We're gonna trash it. First, also, let's make sure we checked off Ormer's Revenge Part 3. Done. Bada bing. Bada boom. Alright, so if you look at the quest, so let's take a peek and see where we're at. That we have to go back, that's end. We're not doing that for a while. Fiora Longears is one of our there are more things we'll turn in. And Search for Excavation Team 2 is when we hit town again, we can turn that one in. Reclaiming Goods. That's one of the ones we already have done. Search continues. Now that I don't know where that comes from. So, oh, that's this bad boy right here. Reclaiming Goods will then open up this chain to the search continues, search more hovels or hovels as the thing says, return the statuette. So that chain we're going to bust out right now. We actually have a moderate amount of, we still have plenty of time on this episode. That'll open all up. Fall of Dune Molder is that breadcrumb. Then we have Apprentice's Duties, which we're doing right now with the Proclus skins, so that's fine. Blisters on the Land, we actually did turn that one in. Did I mark that one off? Yeah, I did. I just forgot to check it off. Okay, good. Cool. Then lifting the curse we have, and then the Eye of Paleth and cleansing the eye are further chains after we get that. I don't know if we have to go or if we can just do those right there in town. I kind of think we can. Sully Blue's Letter, Sully Blue's Plea, followed by a King's Tribute, Part 1. That's all things in Iron Forge when we go back to turn in the other stuff after we get Sully Blue's Letter. That will be one of the last things that we do. And then we'll pause. We'll pick up the next quest in the chain, but the remaining parts of it are actually Hillspread Foothills, which is the next zone we're going to do. So it'll just sit in our inventory for a while. McCreel's Moonshine's a one-shot. That's part of the elites. These are all up there, the elites. Plea to the Alliance. We did defeat Nek'rosh. We just haven't turned it in. All right, so here we go. Here's the crate. Someone's already cleared out the camp for us. This crate is covered with clawed scratches and marks of water damage. Prying it open reveals soggy and rotted straw. As if something of value was stored in this crate, you search through the straw and find an armload of red-colored bottles. You thoroughly search this cluster of Murloc hovels and find no trace of the Menethil Statuette. Perhaps one of the two nearby hovels to the north and northeast will have more clues. So, we turned in Reclaiming Goods. Bang. And we picked up the search continues. Good for us. Cool. Done. Pick up. Okay, so then we just further go up. We might have to actually kill at some point. Yeah, because it looks like the Murlocs here are not ready to give up their goods. There's a little sealed barrel. Okay, so this is a bluegill forager. A little different than what we've killed. Okay, so this is what... These guys are really what's going to jack us on our bag space. Okay. And we will have to dump a lot of things, but it's okay. So this is called the search continues. The barrel is largely untouched. Prying it open, you are assaulted by the pungent odor of cheese. It's a little wet, but still tasty. This grouping of Murloc hovels after a thorough inspection reveals nothing. But you're certain that the next clue you will find will be fruitful. One of the hovels to the north must have the Menethil Statuette. So that was the search continues, followed by search more hovels. I always thought that was pronounced hovel, myself. Maybe it is hovel, like shovel, and I just have always been an idiot. Again, you have witnessed on this show just how likely that is. Happens a lot. Alright, so now these guys are a little tougher. These are bluegill warriors now. Level 24. There's the half-buried barrel right there. Okay, that didn't add to our inventory spot. This is another bluegill warrior. So this bluegill tribe, we have already killed some. But you can't it's not that we did bad planning. You can't... He whatchamacallit, hamstrung me. You have to have done the kill part first before you come back here and do this. Good for us. We got now that took another spot up. This barrel is buried halfway amidst the mud and grass. After pulling the barrel free from the muck and opening it, a silvery figurine is found packed in the straw. It depicts a young, long-haired paladin with hammer upraised. This must be the Menethil Statuette. We must now return it to Carl Baron in Menethil Harbor. Okay. Alright, we are not going to do that, though. We're going to go ahead and go out to... We have the ship, and then we have the crocs that we need to do. I think we're going to do the ship first. So we have the statuette. We're down to one piece of thing. I'm not killing any more Murloc, so I can start to toss some Murloc stuff. Murloc eyes, they're gone. Shiny fish scales, they're gone. That's probably good for now. I could scrap some more as needed, but... So the Intrepid Strongbox key is found on Captain Hallandor. Now, where is Captain Hallandor? Is he above or below decks? I do not see him above decks, but I thought he was. But there are dead people. There he is. So he is dead. So instead, we'll come back in a minute. We'll do our gators, or crocs, first. Because someone has just recently killed the captain. Maybe they killed him as part of this quest. Maybe they just messed up. We also see dead crocs. So someone is on a very similar, or a group of people. This is just an easy, relatively low-level zone. So it's not surprising that you get people out here doing it. There's a giant wetlands croc. Like I said before, luckily for us, the drop rate is quite generous. It is 100% on something you only need 6 of. So pretty good. That means even if someone else is competing with this for us, the competition will end quickly because they only have to kill 6 of them. Problem is they're only in a few spots. So here's our second one. And I also want to go this way so that we can get the last XP in the area. The last, so we've got a pointy tooth now. That's close to taking up our last spot again between that and the skins itself. But yeah, I want to get the map 100%. There's always these bone spots. So yeah, all along the coast here are these wetlands crocs. Cooking, yeah, we're not at 225. I just have that chili cat crab sitting in my thing. Recipe. Cool, third skin. Here's our fourth. I'm still borderline. I still have no answer yet. Oh, now we're really full. So now I'm going to toss these sharp claws. I'm not tossing the tender crocolisk meat yet, but it might get tossed. Oh, I didn't even see that fen creeper there. I guess that's the point of them, huh? I'll try to pull them off a little bit. The rough stones are kind of silly to have. I don't want that. Yeah, so I just... There's copper. I actually do want that. Here's my last croc. And we got the Salt Spray Glen. So that was everything. We now have all of the zones. We've fully explored and uncovered the wetlands map. Gonna have to do some cleaning though. Alright, so... We have one space. I'm gonna go get this ore. I guess I'm gonna get rid of this singular curved raptor talon. And I guess I'll get rid of this pointy crocolisk tooth. Look at that. That is a fen lord. And that's his fen dweller. They have little pets. I don't know that they matter. It's kind of cool. They're coming for me. Got one ore. His pet was like right on me. Oh, they're gone. Okay. So that's that. Cool. I mean, some of this is... It's all about really what it sells for. I have a massive amount of potions now. So that's why I'm just defaulting to using potions. That's probably the same one. Alright, so now we're going to go back over to... We've done everything out here that we can, minus that right there. We're going to go to the Intrepid Strongbox. See if that captain is respawned. We have a few spots. I could toss the rough stones if I really needed to as well. Like a single tangy clam meat. But I'd rather toss a single gooey spider leg. The heavy grinding stone's not going to do it for me because I think you need sets of 3. So even if I combined one of them, it's not going to work. Okay. But look how much more stingy they are about mana potions. Like, we find tons of health, and these are regular, but I'm still just finding lesser mana potions. Oh, you know what? I want to put this there. Now that my bubbles are my little healing water, I like to have at least one thing out there to remind myself to use it. So you could come up the back, I bet. And we're now just going to be waiting and hoping that the captain's spawns because we need his key. Okay, can I come up here? Yeah. Cool. Alright, so there's the captain. Cool. I like that. And he is an undead, so we could exercise him. Look at that. He had something on him. And he just gave me that key, but he just filled up my whole stinking inventory. So within the actual boat here, we need to find the key. So, where is it? Is a good question. Come on. Is it underwater? Probably. There it is. Okay, I didn't have... Oh, man. Okay. Oh, I leveled up from that one. That one was worth XP. The chest is securely locked. It fit the chest. I'm worried about my breath, which is why. But that basically just said the key fit into the chest easily, something along those lines. And we gained the cursed Eye of Paleth. This is actually an offhand item. We did level up to, so hooray for us. We are now level 35. Cursed offhand item, -3 to stamina. But it makes your shadow spells do more damage. So this is potentially something you might want to use as a shadow priest or a warlock, but since it is still cursed, that's lame. So we have completed the, what was it called? Lifting the curse, and we have picked up the Eye of Paleth. So let's go ahead into our chart first of all. We did pick up search more hovels, and we got return the statuette. Forgot to mark that. Bam, bam. And then lifting the curse, and the other one, what was that? So lifting the curse and the Eye of Paleth. Okay, we need to go ahead and extend more. All right. There's Gobbler again. Hey, Gobbler, what up? So we completed lifting the curse, and we picked up the Eye of Paleth. Awesome for us. Now we can check off some of these as well. We completed lifting the curse. All right, so now into the village we go. So look, there's some people out here that are close to us in level. Yeah, again, I'm still not sure. Because here's the thing, I think we have a little bit more to do. I mean, I'm gonna try. If we get lucky and we finish those elite quests super fast, We can bust out this zone. We can do it. Hogue Mahone. Alright, here we go.
How are ya?
Were you able to find Merrin? Did she send word?
Such horrible news! At least 3 of them survived. But when will the killing end? I long for the day when King Magni's subjects can live without fear.
Sorry, buddy. Thanks for the 50 XP. Search for the Excavation Team Part 2. Done. Cool. So that one is done. I'm gonna just start by going in here to defeat Nek'rosh because that's a oh, I forgot to give myself a talent. So what do we have here? Let's go ahead and give ourselves the first of Vengeance. When we crit, we now have a 3% bonus to our physical and holy damage. So basically 3% to all of our damage whenever we crit. Excellent. Defeat Nek'rosh.
What can I do for you?
Have you killed Nek'rosh?
Stoutly done, adventurer. You have dealt a telling blow to the Dragonmoor Orc clan. They may never recover, and the destruction of those catapults has made Menethil Harbor safe. You are a person of merit, and the Kingdom of Ironforge rewards those who serve it well.
So if you look at our DPS, 53.7, if we were to put on this new sword, it would drop to 50.9. So we're getting closer and closer. We actually had, I think the other one was 51.7, another one that we found. So we're getting in the ballpark when we start adding the fact that our Varigan's Fist is as awesome as it is. It does not do us any favors with DPS stats. It's a great weapon, but especially at the level that you can get it. Alright, so defeating Nek'rosh, we are awesome. He said he told it to us, so we know it's true. He wouldn't lie. We're a hero. Thanks. Okay, so let's continue here. That's Apprentice's duties, so we can tell him we did our duty. Alright, James Halloran.
What can I do for you?
My apprentice is like a son to me. It's going to be hard for him to live his life with only one leg. Ah, the Contessa, how goes it? Do you have my skins?
Don't suppose you'd be interested in becoming my apprentice, would you? No, I'm just kidding. You're much too old for one thing. Besides, from the looks of you, it would seem that you have other ambitions in life. Nonetheless, these are some fine skins you've procured, and I'll be able to put them to good use.
Okay, it's not an upgrade full thing again, but we can learn Crockless Gumbo, so we now have a second recipe. I actually do want to, before we leave here, I want to also go and check out all this stuff. So we did Apprentice's duties. We turned that one in as well. Apprentice's duties. Done. This is a lot of me having to try to catch up the quest. This is a day when we are going to be way outpacing whatever I can do on the dry run.
Greetings.
Do you have the statuette?
The captain of the Blind Princess will be relieved to hear this precious cargo has been recovered. You have well earned this payment for services rendered. It is good to see dependable folk like you, especially in trying times such as these.
Thanks. So we got like no XP for that, but we did get return the statuette done. So that little chain is done. As you notice now, we're at a spot where it's just ceiling, ending, 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 ending. We are wrapping up all of these things. So the quest list is filling up. Now we have another one over here, the Eye of Paleth. This will give us a couple little bit. And we need to do, I want to clear out our inventory. Alright, so here is this guy.
Hi.
That drunk Fitzsimmons sent you to me? Well, you could tell him I don't have any extra ale. He's going to have to panhandle someone else.
An Eye of Paleth! Amazing! There's something wrong with this one. You found it on one of those shipwrecks? Well, that explains it. But I didn't know they had such an eye on the Third Fleet. It's no wonder Fitzsimmons was so spooked. A cursed Eye of Paleth is no cause for mirth. I can't lift the curse from the Eye of Paleth. The eyes were crafted by human priests, so you'll have to go to Stormwind to find someone who can help you. speak with Archbishop Benedictus. He is head of the Cathedral of Light in Stormwind. He can help. I hope for your sake.
Okay, so he will change this item into a positive holy healing item instead. That's something worth tracking. All right, so we have the Eye of Paleth and cleansing the eye, so we have to go to Stormwind for that. I don't really think that goes anywhere. That's just something we can do at the end. All right, so let's look at. We need a trades person. There we go. Excusez-moi. Because we need, what do we have here? Don't care about that. We need 2 hot spices. 1 more. And then 14 more. Okay. And then bam, bam, bam. Okay, so now we need to cook all this stuff right here. Propolis gumbo, why not?
Inventory is full.
Is it now?
I've the finest wares in the land.
Well, we really just need to sell like one thing. But I'm selling that cheese too.
Watch your back.
Because these things are going to consume one another. Okay, now that's 6 stamina. The goblin deviled clams, also 6 plus. I already have a bunch of them on my inventory. And the omelet, also 6. So that's another stack of food we can continually feed ourselves. I don't really think that we need all of those things. So if we look at what we have, the goblin deviled clams, we've got so many. I think we just go ahead and keep those. I'm gonna just we're gonna upgrade to goblin deviled clams is what we're gonna do. I'll keep a second stack for now, but I'm selling everything else. We just have too much food. But look at us, we're in the 190s. We are getting there. Now, if you're playing retail, there's like an achievement to eat all the kinds of foods or something like that. So keep that in mind. You should always, if you're doing this on retail, always eat at least 1 copy of everything just in case it's on a list somewhere. Okay, that's gone. Bobbity boo, bee ba 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 ba. I'm now selling this. Yes, that's gone. Yep. Don't need that. Yep, all that's gone. Yep. Gone. A lot of stuff. Oh, Phytoblade. That's that. Sell this 1 gooey spider leg too. I'm not gonna just sit on 1 gooey spider leg. Screw it. You know what? Let's put the flash bundle there. Instead. Because that's just an interesting little thing that's going to be sitting in my inventory forever. Okay. So, what are we doing now? Now we're going to take the boat before we go out to the last little bit. So what's left in the world out here? Well, we have to go to Stormwind. We have to go to Ironforge. But we need to take the boat over because we do have those couple other quests. Fiora Longears and James Hyal. So if you go back, actually we'll look when we're not walking. I don't want to walk myself. And we leveled up. So while we wait, we might as well fish. We've got to do that too. The Blump family fishing pole. Kind of, that's Firefin Snapper. We don't need that. So may as well fish. We need to get to level whatever it was on fishing. So, we can fish on the other side of the... Yeah, we need to get to 175. True. That's just something we need to do. So we're going to do that too. We're going to bust that out. Doesn't take a long time, just something we've got to stay on top of. Now, she is 35. We do have all of those 35 class quests, so that's now something we can sort of kind of address. But there's no rush on that because we also want to mess with it with our Horde character. So we will put those in our back pocket and start covering them if we get ourselves into situations where we have a lot of flying or traveling. We can start messing. It's just the Mage 35 line and the Warlock 35 line. So I'm not going to push them super hard yet. It might actually be better for us to fish in the other side when we get on the other side of the sea or whatever. Uh-oh. Great. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fish right off the other side while we're continuing to wait. And we didn't even get 1 point yet. I am happy that we're really pushing into vengeance now. So if you think we're 35 now, so until we're level 41, we're just going to be, there's my first point in that. We're going to be fully pushing this. So until 39, we'll continue vengeance up until I think we ultimately have 15% extra damage across the board every time we crit for 8 seconds, which is nice. And then we will gain 1 more repentance, which is a very limited form of stun. It's actually more like a sap. The benefit to it being that you could still use it in combat. The downside to it being it only works on humanoids. So it's a very limited type of stun I can be adding. Okay, we got another fish off, but it is what it is. Okay. Also, these fish are like nothing to us. They're nothing. So that will be taking us at level 40. And then at 41, we're actually going to give ourselves that final 1 point to the improved seal of the Crusader. And then we'll finally move over here, where we are ultimately going to get all of Divine Strength, all of Divine Intellect. We don't want Seal of Righteousness. We don't need Spiritual Focus. So we'll give ourselves all of the Divine Strength and then all of the Divine Intellect, which will actually... So what did I say? So that's... This will be... For 30... That'll be 39, 40, 41. So 40... That'll take us 41... So up to 46, up to 51. Then this will be 52. We'll finally get Consecration. Then our choice. I guess if it's all going to be about whole, I would probably give myself. Gives you 15% of their armor value for 2 minutes after you lay on hand. In addition, it gives you a cooldown. That's pretty dang useful. I think I would rather have that for lay on hands, because it makes lay on hands buffed up and reduces the cooldown time on it. I like that. I'd probably give myself a couple points in that. Then increases your chance to resist fear and disorient. I think people shy away from that because of you can get fear warded. The amount healed. Meh, I don't care about that so much. I do like this not having a resistance. Because we'll get to basically, we need to get that, we'll have 4 extra points. So I got a rock scale cod. Now instead, you could, once you get consecration, we could stop that fully. And we could open up improved devotion aura, but then what would that open up instead? That's for the non-hit capped. We don't need that, because that's essentially 5 levels of waste. That's trash. I don't like that. Fish got away. So I could fish here for rock scale cod. That is a benefit, but what I need, if I'm going to do that over here, I need to buy like at least some worms, because I don't want to waste time with fishing, my fish getting away. So we have been over here before. Actually, we maybe never did. So let's pick that up. Let's get our flight path. I don't think that we have been over here yet, because it says we discovered Theramore Isle. We got a little XP for that. So that's good. Can we actually fly?
Where would you like to fly to?
Oh, look at this. So we do. We now have another spot where we are fully connected to the world at large. Let's turn in the 2 we have. I'm also going to see if we can find some places to buy worms. Want to sell Captain Sanders' treasure map? I didn't even... Is that something you can sell? That's a quest item. Paladin trainer. That's cool.
May the light protect you this day.
Neat. Isn't that neat? There's Spot, a dog out front. So why are we in here? Somebody is inside this upstairs. This is the trauma surgeon.
How are you? Greetings, adventurer. I'm Dr. Gustav
Dr.
Van Houten,
Gustav.
head trauma surgeon of Alliance Trauma.
That's cool. That will be a spot we could go to. When you want to learn your maximum, your artisan, first aid.
James Hyal. Why does that name sound so familiar? Of course, the Shady Rest Inn incident. If you have any information about what happened there, I would urge you to speak with Captain Vimes about it. He's handling the investigation.
Okay, so 2 things. 1, that is just a breadcrumb to this zone. You don't, obviously it doesn't lead to Captain Vimes. I don't think it seals anything off. Go ahead, get the James Hyal thing. But number 2, Captain Vimes is from the Discworld series, a very good series of books by Terry Pratchett, rest in peace. A fantastic writer. I love that series. If you like your fantasy mixed with copious amounts of satire and humor, fantastic series. I cannot recommend it strongly enough. He's also written over 100 books. So,
what brings you here?
Good day to you. You were sent by Mr. Flint in Menethil Harbor. Well, Mr. Flint is a strong judge of character. If he sent you, then there's no doubt you belong here in Kalimdor. Alright, so she has these others we're not going to worry with. That's it. We're going to leave now. We don't have anything else that I want to mess with out here. It'd be cool if I could find a spot to fish. That would be quite nice. I mean, not a spot to fish, a person that could sell me fishing things. So maybe a general supplier, most likely a fishing supply person. It's a freaking harbor. So I'm keeping my eyes open for that. Otherwise, we're just going to fish on the other side and we'll just go back and wait for the boat. But that was all we had to do over here, was open up the world. It did connect us here as a flight path. There's tons of quests over here. But we will not be doing Dustwallow Marsh. I still haven't done it with my characters that are level 45. Not that that's the way. It's just how it's worked out for me in the way that I've prepped and planned. I didn't see any, so. There's a bower. Not quite the same. General goods, maybe.
Hello.
No.
Have a good one.
Yeah, not really seeing a fisher. You would think that there would be a fisher. That might be the boat that we need right there, and we are just perfect timing on that. It's a privateer. That's all right. We'll fish on the other side. Might be our place. I don't recall. We're gonna have to talk to Decedra Willem. We haven't been using this port as much, so I do use it from time to time.
How are you?
I do so enjoy
Yes.
sitting out here listening to
And
the
there might
sounds
only
of
be
great
one port
Oh, what?
that they take
Yes,
you to.
there's a ship that will take you to Menethil Harbor. It docks here from time to time.
Get off me. Alright, so we'll fish here and maybe we'll get another catch or two. Nope, fish got away. So we're a little bit low to be on this side. And whatever. Fine, I don't care. But it would have been nice because the rock scale cod is one we can actually cook. So that would have helped our cooking. Oh, alright, so we have had a 25% success rate, and now we're leaving. Well, the good thing is we didn't really have to wait long. But we will get the rest of that fishing done. I don't know. Time is not our friend. I'm not worried because we'll do a Stockades prep episode next time too. So once we finish fishing, now we're going to run up to Dun Modr, and we will do... There is a Thandal Span set. We'll save that for last. We're going to see if anyone wants to do the Dun Modr elite quests, depending on where the hardest guy spawns. So there's a Grim Task and the Dark Iron War. I think it's just those two. The Dark Iron War, it's slow but steady. We can get that solo on our own. The Grim Task is going to be... It's going to depend on where the guy spawns. I think we can ISO some of the elites and probably get to him. He's a warlock. If he spawns at the camps over here, we're golden. If he spawns within the actual city of Dun Modr, depends which building he spawns in. If he spawns at the back building, then it's going to be extremely difficult to solo. I couldn't do it with my mage when he spawned back there for me. I don't know that I've ever soloed him before because it's usually pretty popular. Alright, so we're just going to fish here where we don't need the assistance of worms or anything like that. Gotta look at my stuff. So there we go, we got a second point right there. Weird, I don't have... It's got a work email, but I don't... It doesn't really pertain to me. So it might be one of those things where like they email... But the weird thing is that... whatever. Sorry. And dealing with some football, some betting, you know, shady business. I started out yesterday poorly. I face planted on all my picks. And then it started going really well, and I was looking to hit a big run, and then there was a couple bad luck ends to a couple games for me from the betting perspective, where in the last like less than 1 minute of a game, a few games swung. So I ended up, I think, going 500 for the day, which is fine. It'll keep me in the race. Like I said, I was already tied for first, so I might dip. Might be a game or two behind some people now, but it'll be okay. There's a couple games today, and in the long run, it's all about, you can have a good week or a bad week, but when you're playing a long system, like a whatever. I've been in this boat before. It's actually usually flipped. I usually start strong, and then it's harder and harder to, as the preseason goes on, it's harder and harder to make the picks. It used to be where week 4 was like a wash. So if you could just hit 50-50 in the last 1 to 2 weeks of the preseason, then you were fine. If you already had a lead. By the way, we're down to our last point. We're just trying to fish our last point. We're gonna go cook our 1 rock scale cod, sell our trash fish that we don't need, and then we're off and away to go to Dun Modr. We're gonna turn that in. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm thinking, so if we get a group, great, we'll finish those right now. If not, we're going to start chipping away at it. So we're going to need one more episode. What we'll do on the next episode is we will wrap this. We will do the quests right on the Thandal Span, and then we'll also do all the travel quests that we have to do, where we've got to go to Stormwind, we have to go to Ironforge, but we're also going to pick up all of the dungeon quests for the stockades, because that's coming up before we even do Hillsbrad. We're going to do a stockades run, so tomorrow we'll be prepped for that. Because of that, it'll be a little bit shorter. We have a locked chest now. We could, let's see, can we use our thing on it? Look at us. So we can use our golden skeleton key on this locked chest. Way worth it.
He said sarcastically.
Yeah, but so probably about 15-20 more minutes is what we will devote to this ep, because that will buy us one more episode tomorrow of a decent length time, and then we will do the following day. We'll do the stockades, and it's gonna depend on how long. I think stockades will be a quick run. That's always a very quick dungeon to get it going for, and then there's a post stockades. There is a post stockades quest chain we've got to deal with also. So all that, but we're staying on top of our fishing. When we get to level 45, I still have yet to do this with some characters, or 46 rather. We'll have to go off into the world and do the artisan fishing quest line, which is annoying because it is it sends us all over the dang world fishing for Nat Pagel, and you know, it is what it is. We're gonna just have to suck it up and do it. The good thing is that will be the final quest line we have to do for jobs. Okay, I did get a level out of that. Good for me. Alright, so now we're gonna do a walk across. As we're walking, we can hit up the spreadsheet for the... So we got a silver. I could have sold the stinking skeleton key for more than that. Yeah.
Light bless you.
I mean, it's about the same, I guess. Alright, so now back to the spreadsheet. So what do we have in the spreadsheet? We turned in James Hyal, and then we turned in Fiora Longears. Fiora Longears. Okay, so James Hyal was the final quest in the zone, because it really is a breadcrumb to a zone that is far beyond our abilities. And then we are also the easiest quest. So isn't that funny? The easiest and hardest quest in the zone were breadcrumbs over to Theramore. We still need a few more of these. This zone is longer than I thought, I guess. Alright, so all we have left is the elites and the things involving the Thandal Span, which takes us to some traveling. The search for Incendicite we have to turn in. Cleansing the Eye we have to turn in. And while we're... So somebody wants to do the Dark Iron War. So there you go. We can get a person. We'll see if someone asked basically. Now that was, I don't know. I don't think it was that long ago. But I want to do. The, I don't remember what it's called. The Grim Task. So I'm asking if he's over there by the camp. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But this guy is... Maybe he just wanted some help. He is the level 32 we saw killing Horde. So we'll see. Between the two of us, we will be able to take this out easily. A second paladin who's level 32 will be fine. Alright, so hopefully he's not in the back building. I'm gonna head over there and check. Almost ran right through those knolls. So we'll see how it goes now. With a helper, it'll be a little faster. We need to turn in the quests too, so there's that element of it also. I wanna get that going. I'm not worried about the war because we will be able to grind that out. It can be a little annoying to reach some of the guys, but when you go to the camps, it's not that bad. It's going to require some clever kiting or whatever. But I mean, we shall see. We shall see. So the Thandal span will pick up, but we're not going to do. The Fall of Dune motor will turn in. Dark Iron War and Grim Task is cool, but then there's also another quest. I don't remember if that's the right one or not. He's heading over there now too. I can see them on the map, but I'll give it around 10 or 15 minutes and we'll just kind of gauge and see what speed we're at. I want to pick up these things. So now that we have a partner, I won't stand there and listen to them, but since these are dwarfs, they should read them to us for the most part. Give it a checky poo over here. Alright, so first we'll turn in Fall of Dune motor.
You got my attention.
What brave adventurer sends word from Menethil? Ah, adventurer they call you.
We'll also
you bring
pick
hope
up
to
a Grim Task.
It's good news indeed that young Harlow survived.
Thandal span.
He received a grievous wound.
We'll let him read
we had
that.
but little time to send him on his way on the back of the only surviving steed with the regiment. But now we face a perilous situation. Dun Modder has fallen, and we are but a shadow of the great regiment we once were. Many of my soldiers died in the Battle of Dun Modder. My own brother perished when the west bridge over the Thandal span was destroyed. I, the Dark Iron Dwarfs, are a devilish breed. From what Roggo was able to gather, the leader of this band of thugs in the Wetlands is a warlock named Balgarus the Foul. He is quite a coward. He sends his soldiers to do his bidding, but stays elusive, avoiding danger. If you can find the spineless scum, slay him and bring him. I will reward you. A tremendous explosion roared through the hills. 'Twas horrible, I tell you! Good soldiers died defending the Thandal span. Longbraid says we'll take revenge on the Dark Irons before all is said and done. We're in a world of hurt, though, and I don't see any reinforcements in sight. Longbraid sent old Ruslock to scout the eastern bridge to see if we could secure it. That was days ago. We haven't the manpower to search for him with Dun Modder under siege. Perhaps you can find him. War rages both home and abroad, while mighty dwarven soldiers give their lives in far-off territories in the name of the Alliance. Our own lands will pray to the evil deeds of the Dark Iron Dwarves. They laid waste to the Thandal span. Dun Modder fell soon after. We need you to gather force and push the front back. If you can kill 15 Dark Iron Dwarves, 5 tunnelers, 5 saboteurs, and 5 demolitionists, the reserve might arrive in time to finish the drive. Now make haste.
Alright, so that was a lot of talking. We will review some of that stuff as we go along before we turn them in. But I kind of wanted to, since we have someone that's waiting on us, I kind of wanted to get going on this. But basically what we're doing is we're going in for the tunnelers. They've been obviously working on killing these guys on their own. So we're all good on that. Alright, so he's got his tunnelers, he's got his different things here. We are not... We're looking... Okay, nobody in there. Alright, so he's not in that one. They can be over here too. He can basically be in any of these buildings, but... He's most likely in that one, which is a pain to get to. But with the second paladin backing me up as a sort of a healer, we are in really good shape. And also hitting with the hammer too. It looks like they've got Varrigan's Fist as well. Got lucky with the way that they ran on that one. Bring this guy over here. This is just a generic Dark Iron Dwarf. You need to kill 15 of these too, so You need to kill so many people for this war. It's just a time-consuming process. It is what it is. And we'll get a lot of them. Saving it, so he didn't run. That's good. Oh, so that's why I'm hearing that weird noise, and I was like, what is that? He's using the, that judgment, he's using whichever one it is, the seal of justice on them. So, I'm not sure, maybe he resisted it. That is what it is. He didn't loot this, so there must be some, yeah, staff he doesn't want. Okay. Okay, cool. And he's giving us ret, which is nice. So between his ret and my between his ret and my holy, we got some nice damage going on. He crunched me. We team healed it. Okay, so these are the demolitionists. Okay, oh, there's two of them. Cool. That's always delightful. That's fine. If I have to, I can divine shield myself. I'll just be a little bit. He's got a little tiny heal going on me. But he's basically kind of letting me get in there and handle the majority of the threat or whatever. I don't even know what that was. I have to look and see, but they don't... Oh, he might have won them. Fine. Elder's Gloves of the Owl sounds, first of all, stat-wise... Sounds stat-wise not, Look, he's got a little stick of dynamite in his hand. Stat-wise, it doesn't sound good. Okay. Dang it. So... Okay, so I'll eat one of my little things too. So now we have another 35 warrior joining us. So perfect. So now things are really starting to hit. This is a hefty little team we have here. So... Oh, he resisted something. Don't know what exactly. But with a 35, that guy should be able to run in. There you go. Okay, so now we're really going to get going, and since he is most likely in the backity-back. Alright. This is another Saboteur. So I still need one more. So as you can see, the Saboteurs will be okay. The Tunnelers, I only need one more. Demolitionists are the bomb guys. We need a little bit more of those. Okay, and there's another Saboteur. Okay, so we got to work our way in here. That'll be our final Tunneler. This will be our last Saboteur. He stunned him. And when I do the... Oh, he's going to pull the group by doing that. Okay. So, we're going to hit... Boom. Smite him with the stun combo. This is nice. So, Tunnelers are done. This is, I believe, another Tunneler. Okay, so really what we're missing is the Dark Iron Doors, which we can grind out on our own. And Demolitionists. Now, the Demolitionists, they can be a little bit hard to find. Go ahead and loot this guy over here. Oh, more tough leather armor. Okay, another tunneler. Mixed with... Oh, a warrior right there. Tunneler. So 2 tunnelers. Okay, no worries. Oh, I should put that on him. And then how is it going on myself? We still got 2 minutes left on that. I might as well refresh my own self too after this fight. Alright, so we're gonna refresh Boom and refresh Kill Horde also. Okay. Alright. There's just a couple tunnelers. Dang, he's not here either. So he must be at the camps. I don't think he can spawn in the inn. Alright, so we can check the inn. Oh, here's a saboteur. That's the one. I don't care about the path. I don't care about the chest. But we need demolitionist, not saboteur. We're getting a lot of this dark iron leather. I was attacking, but apparently I was not. Oh. Green Ilias. Alright, so this is a tunneler. Again, we don't need this guy. I don't know what his problem is. Alright, so now we have a hunter, lower level, but another person added on. Okay. Got plenty of people here. We have... Now, I don't think I've ever found this guy... Oh, look, there's a Dark Iron Entrepreneur right there. I have been in this inn. I don't think I've ever found this dude in the inn. But that's cool. Alright, so... The hunter can always run in and feign death, I guess, if you really wanted to. Okay, and then I don't care about that tunneler up there. But we can sell at the specialty goods spot. That's nice. Alright, so... What is that? That's a tunneler. Yeah, he's... Now, I think I've found him at least half the time over there at the camps to the east. But whatever. I mean, we need to kill these guys too, so it's not the end of the world. And now that... Dang it. I don't know why I put that healing thing on myself.
I've the finest wares in the land.
Buy this dynamite. But we're gonna sell all this now.
Hey, good.
There's a demolitionist. We need that kind. Okay, so that's cool. And there's 2 of them. Perfect. So, my bad, I didn't realize they were going to bomb them all. I have so many bombs, I just decided to use one. I don't need that, but the hunter can have it. Okay. Oh, I mean, I like having a healer. It's pretty nice. Okay, we only need 1 more demolitionist. Only need 1 more. After this fight... There he is! Ah, got got him. This is the first time I've ever seen him down here like this. That's cool. Gotta say, I like it. He's gonna hit me with the Shadow Bolt volley. That's not nice of him. Okay. I'll heal as needed. I'll be okay. Okay, we got the ear of that dude, so that's good. And that's okay. Like I said, I'm kind of saving out. I can always lay on hands if need. You know, we have these multiple other ways to. Sweet. Okay. All right, so I don't know where our other dude's at. The hunter. Oh, he's not even here with us. So now we just need a bunch of dark irons. That's true, we can sell this guy. And I think we'll just do that next time. I'm cool with that, but I don't want to bounce on this group in the middle, but they're pretty good and they have this hunter coming, so... So, I will go fight these guys before. We'll get some on the way out. But that was the hard part. They've already got almost everything. This Grenelius guy doesn't, but, Oh, he resisted my stun. What a jerk. I mean, this is a little bit of help as we get a couple Dark Iron dwarfs, because you need 15, like I said. We'll deal with the picking up and discussing. I'm not even going to put these quests on the spreadsheet. But... yeah. So this guy, we just got a bunch of Dark Irons all in a row. Okay, so I'm gonna make this guy... I don't think that I'm the lead. Alright, so that's it for me here. So I think that's a good stop. So on the next episode, we will kill the other 8 Dark Iron Dwarfs that we have to do, and then we'll work on finishing off the quest in the area. There is another... We'll read through the quest that we didn't pick up this time, and we'll make a run over there. So for now, we have another episode in the pipe 5x5. And, oh look, I got... That one must have been in the party when we were... He must have aggroed onto us when we were in the party. But I thank everybody so much for watching and for tuning in. And I will see you all next time on more of Warcraft. Peace out.